I feel like a star, but only strictly where I'm famous. I'm in this for the longest haul, like we'll see where it takes us. I'm throwing back these double shots like whiskey here is weightless. Cause this career I chose was even riskier than Vegas, yo.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Colby Rebel Show. I am your host, Colby Rebel, where my goal is to make that connection or answer that question. So I am very, very excited. We have some guests lined up tonight. Remember, you have the comments. You can put your question or connection in the comments, and we will do our best to make as many connections and answer as many questions as we can this evening. Big news here. I'm very, very excited to announce my first live tour post-pandemic. Woo! I feel like we should have the applause on because it's been a long road. I know for many of you, locked down and locked in. I know you are ready to get out and about, and I am right there with you. I'm so excited to hit the road starting in October. I will be going back to my hometown of New Jersey to do Dinner with Spirits, actually. So the Dinner with Spirits is an evening of dinner. It really is an opportunity for you to connect to those loved ones in spirit while enjoying your full course meal, which is really great. So I've done this for a few years in a row at Adelphia's, and it's always sold out. So please grab your ticket. It will go really, really quickly. I am doing private readings, but I have one spot left, you guys. One spot, that is it. If you don't book it, that is it. And that's the only one I have at the moment. So if you want that one spot, it says May 15th on it, but it's October 15th. So just know that. But one spot, they're all sold out, but a lot is going on. Really, really excited about it. Also, for the first time, I know many of you have heard Lauren Rainbow on my show before. She's such a beautiful woman, such a beautiful medium. I absolutely love working with her. And together we are doing Connecting Beyond. So this is going to be an evening of spirit connections where we are connecting to your loved ones in the spirit realm, delivering those messages. And then we're also doing a workshop, signs, symbols, and spirit messages. So we're going to help you understand those signs, those symbols, and how to understand those spirit messages coming at you. And that is Saturday, October 22nd. It is in Massachusetts. So again, my East Coast peeps are kind of covered, but I'm also heading to Dallas to once again work with my great friend, student, obviously amazing medium, and really just released her first book. It is with Tracy Escobar, and it is an evening of spirit in Dallas. So yes, Dallas, we are coming back to you. We have heard you, we are listening, and we are absolutely excited and thrilled. And then I'm doing a workshop in Dallas. So all my Dallas friends, I have a lot of master teachers and really experienced mediums in Dallas, but you may know someone who is more of a beginner or the intermediate looking to awaken their own gifts. So this is going to be a one-day workshop. So a lot going on. You can always head to colbyrebel.com. You can check out the events that are coming up, grab your tickets. I can assure you these are all probably going to sell out. So please don't wait. If you're excited and thinking about it, just hit the purchase now. And that's going to be your opportunity to make sure you are in the know. Okay. A lot going on. I know we've got some connections to make. We've got some answers to questions. So let us get started. Super excited. Let us start with Melissa here.
Hello.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for being here. What can I do for you tonight?
I would love to connect to my dad. If you
Got
happen
it.
to-
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, it's so funny. Dad just kind of shows up, and he shows up kind of dressed up, which was real nice. Like, he's like, I'm excited to see you. I'm ready to be here, right? kind of a fancy event for him. I don't think he normally got dressed up unless he was told to. So I just feel like, for him, he's like, he was told to put on his tie. So I think that that's really funny. But I really feel like with you, with Dad, I get a sense of Dad. Melissa, I think Dad is just very down to earth. I don't know. There's just a real kind of, we could talk to him. We can connect to him. Would you understand that about Dad? Just a sense of being able to kind of, I think he's very sound advice, very logical. I don't know. He just feels very grounded to me, your dad. Do you understand that around your father?
Yes. Yeah.
And I just feel like there's also a sense, it's interesting because I feel like, I don't know if it's this part's kind of funny. I don't know if you just happen to have a really good vocabulary. So sometimes you use words that he needs to go, what are you saying? But I feel like he always loved to have conversation with you, but sometimes he was trying to figure out what you were saying to him or what you were asking, so I feel like for him, it was more about rolling up his sleeves and just getting to work. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I see around him, he shows me it being around you a lot, Melissa. So I'm not sure. I also get this sense, I don't know if you've launched something recently, but it keeps giving me this excitement around you. Like he's exciting to see you take the next step. So I feel like for you, there's something that you either just launched or you embraced, stepped into, and he gives me chills because he's very, very proud of this. So do you understand that, Melissa?
I'm actually starting a new position, a new job on Monday.
Okay.
So,
yes.
Promotion, so
he feels, for him, again, this is like, it's like moving on up. He's got his tie. Like he just makes me feel like, oh, she's making us look good. I think too, he just gives me a real, there is just a feeling of being more laid back with him. I don't know. That's just kind of the essence I get, and it really is more about being genuine, being very, very authentic in who he is. Do you understand that?
yeah.
He also gives me a feeling too. I feel like there's something around his health prior to his passing. So would you understand that it being more of a health matter or something where he makes me feel like he needed to take better care of his health?
Yes.
So would that resonate for you? Also, I'm just curious, do you know if he happened to have any chest or heart issues connected to him? Because he keeps drawing me to his heart. So would you understand this for him?
Yeah, he had a stent that was put in that was part of the.
I feel like it was a little defunct, right? Or a little like it's honestly it's kind of interesting. It feels like a twofold of like either his body rejecting it or like it being defective. There's just something around it where I feel like it's interesting because I almost feel like it's weird. I feel like it's split, which I know my brain doesn't understand, but I feel like somehow it's split. Would you understand that?
It moved and
Got it. Yeah,
completely went to like another body part.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's what it feels like. It just gives me a sense of, and I guess my hands were breaking free, even though I was using the word splitting, wasn't I? But my hands were breaking free, which is interesting. But he just has an attitude of, well, that's how some things go. It's just like, well, that's just how it goes sometimes. But I just know what's nice, Melissa, is I feel like you talk to him a lot, honey. I just feel like he just says, hey, she talks to me all the time, Colby. She knows I'm okay. She knows what I'm up to. And I feel like that's really good. Listen, I do know, though, this new position feels to be very, very exciting. It feels to be such a great move. It feels like a whole new... It's interesting. It's a whole new level up move, and it's a whole move where there's a lot of responsibility that's being placed on you, and also something where you're revamping. So I feel like they're asking you to revamp or restructure, rebrand. There's something where there's a whole new shedding the old and bringing in the new. And I feel like this feels very exciting and new, and also an aspect of creativeness. And I just see that, it makes Dad just so proud of how much of a hard worker you are, because I feel like you're really, he gives me that essence of working hard and doing it. So he shows me this nice little celebration. He gives me a nice little bouquet of flowers for you, just to kind of say congratulations. I want to let you know. I am curious, Melissa, would the number 13 have a significance for you? The 13th of a month or January 3rd? I keep seeing a number 13 that I'm trying to connect for you that he's showing me.
I mean, my birthday is on the 3rd. I know it's different than 13.
That's fine. That's fine. And what month is it? May I ask?
October.
Oh, see. That's again. I think that's also why those flowers
maybe like
were coming
1 month.
in. Yeah, but it's one. It's funny because if it's 1013, I could see why I'm getting I could see why I'm misinterpreting what he's saying, but I get what he's saying. But I also just feel like, hey, this is happy birthday. This is very much celebrating you. But it's also very much, he shows me you making great leaps and bounds and taking care of yourself and really like saying, hey, wait a second, I'm owning who I am. And I feel like it's owning who you are finally. So I feel like he's been through some of those heartbreaks that you've been through. And, he really gives me a feeling of saying, look, he gives me this sense of optimism that we're out of the woods.
Yay.
So I think that's very promising. But just know, honestly, Melissa, I feel like Dad is very much here and very much. I just don't feel like he's very fancy. I mean, I'm just seeing him in some jeans. So I just feel like he's in his jeans and shirt and just super cash and just super like hanging out. And it's funny. He is very clean, but he gives me a little disheveled. So I just don't know if it's that I don't know what it is about the hair, but I don't know if he's fine. He's casual, but he's not super. So the fact that he put on his tie and did his hair for you just makes me go, hey, I'm showing up to let her know I'm very, very proud of her. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. So just know he's wishing you a happy birthday, but there's a lot of congrats around this new position. And, I feel like obviously he's a significant person in your life, but I also feel like he was your grounding force. I really feel like he's a grounding force for you. And I just feel like it's knowing like you just keep talking to him and he's keeping that up for you. He's absolutely there and he's answering. And I just love the signs that he sends you. I mean, he is not shy about sending you signs, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're coming out blazing. So just know that as well. Okay. And I will leave that with you.
Thank you so much,
welcome.
Colby.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful evening.
Thank you, Colby.
Absolutely. Yes. Okay, everybody, let's bring on Travis here. And let's tune in. Hi, Travis.
Hi, Colby.
How are you?
I'm really good. How are you?
Good. I know we're going to go into career a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Something very exciting, though, I feel, is that I just feel like for you, it is about sending, a lot of love to the next chapter of your journey. I feel like you're finally feeling ready. I feel like this is about embracing your path with full force. It's letting you know that it is about, yes, you can do this. Yes, you can be successful. So I feel like what's interesting is maybe, you are leaving this job, but we're going into spiritual work full time. Because I know I'm not seeing a middleman here. Would that make sense?
Yes, totally.
Or at least not a middleman career-wise, right? I just feel like there's a sense where we're embracing our path and our purpose full force. Do you understand that?
Yes, I do.
And I just see it being like, I see the sign saying open. So what's really interesting, I don't feel like you're originally starting out with a physical space, but I feel like you build, and there's actually going to be a physical space where people can come to see you in person as well. Okay.
Awesome.
But I see a lot of combining of all of your information and all of your knowledge, right? I just see it really interesting kind of coming together and really gelling. So I'm seeing a boost in that confidence for you, right? I'm seeing a boost in you having a clear vision of how you want to work and how you want to be of service. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Great. Now, oddly enough, too, what's really interesting is as that cord was cut, it makes me feel like there's a couple other cords being cut in the process as well. So I do feel like there's actually a move coming in for you as well. So I feel like by making this decision to go full force into our spiritual work, we're now also moving, because I don't feel like you have a tie now to the physical space. Would that make sense for you?
Yes, it would.
Okay, good. So I see that happening. Also, I would just love to say that I feel like there is romance stepping in as well. So if I'm allowed to tell you that
Sure,
or
go
go
right ahead.
into that.
Yeah.
But again, it's also interesting because I do not feel like this is someone from the past, Travis. I feel like there may have been someone from the past coming back in, or maybe we've been commingling. But interesting enough, I just feel like by launching this business and going full force, I just feel like you go, you know what? I'm in a state of needing this in my life, and I need a partner like this. So I just feel like there's something about that where it's like, wait a second, let's look at this with fresh eyes. Let's reevaluate this. So would that make sense for you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it is just like, it's funny how this whole thing, I don't want you to get nervous about this. I mean, of course you're going to be nervous, but I just want you to keep thinking you absolutely can do it. I feel like sometimes your thoughts can overtake you, and I don't want your thoughts to make you feel like if it's a little slow or something's not quite there to pull you out of committing to this and doing it. Okay.
Yes.
So just kind of know that. Makes sense?
Makes total.
Okay. All right. So I am sending you a lot of love around this. I feel like this new endeavor and this new launch is going to be fantastic for you. And I just feel like it's really going to bring a lot of abundance. Okay.
Thank you so much, Colby.
Yeah. So happy for you. Very, very exciting. Go get them. Okay.
Thank you.
Absolutely. My love to you. Okay, let us do another one. How about we bring on Hiba? Hi, Hiba.
Hi, how are you? Thank you so much for this opportunity.
I'm so happy to see you, Hiba. And I know, what can I do for you tonight?
Yeah, actually, I would like to connect with my father.
Yeah, the thing which I feel, the first thing I feel like from your father is really... Honestly, Hiba, I feel a strong sense of pride for him. I feel like he was a prideful man. I feel like I think he put a lot behind how he helped people. I really believe he helped people. And I believe like who he was. Like, I feel like he was strong. He feels very strong to me, but also kind. Do you understand that around your father, Hiba?
Yes.
And I feel like he loved to kind of help lift people up. I feel like though he's very strict in a way that he doesn't like people who are fake. He doesn't like people who are flaky. I feel like he's very strict on respect or how things need to be done. But he gives me a sense that if that is honored for him, he absolutely reciprocates it 10 over. Would that make sense for you?
Yeah, totally sense, yeah.
I feel like he didn't quite get a chance to say goodbye. I don't know. I just get a sense that not everybody was there and he didn't really have an opportunity to have his proper goodbyes. Would you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And I just feel like with him, there's also a sense where I feel like there's an illness with him, though. Would that make sense, Hiba?
Yes.
And like cancer through the body, or would you understand a sense of illness?
Yes.
Okay. And I know for him, he showed me this, Hiba. This is really interesting. I want to try to understand. It made me feel like doors opening and closing. I don't know if this is a physical space for him where the doors did this, or I'm trying to understand what he's showing me here. Oh, or the curtains. Is there a space where the curtains open, or in the space, or do you understand that? Or is it in your space? I can't quite figure out. All he's showing me is this.
Yeah, maybe I need to think about it more.
Would you understand it being in a hospital at his passing, or
Yes.
there be, okay. I think this is the curtains to the hospital, or the big curtains that we had to open up. Because I feel like he would look to see who he was answering, or who who was coming in, because he would have a smile when he saw people coming in. He made me feel joyful. You understand that?
Yes.
Hiba, I feel like I feel like your father makes me feel, I don't know if the right word is religious, but I do know he believed in a source. I do know, and he made me feel like he was going home. He made me feel like he knew he was not going to be alone, right? And I feel like his mother is on the other side. So that would be your grandmother, because he makes me feel like he is with this woman. He is with his mother, and she is just holding him in his arms. Your dad, I just feel like your dad wasn't one to accept help from people. I feel like he liked to do things on his own. Very independent, very, very strong, very prideful, and also well-dressed, or there's a sense where I feel like he, again, is a man of position or a man of respect. Would you understand this?
Yes.
And also a sense of a businessman as well, because he makes me feel like he's very smart with the businesses. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. He also just makes me feel, now I feel like, Hiba, you have siblings. I don't feel like you're an only child. Would I be correct?
Yes, I have a sister.
Okay, because he gives me the sense where he wants to bring love to all of you. He gives me a 3. Would you understand the month of March connecting? Oh, that's so funny. We had 3 in the last one also. Would you understand the sense of March connecting for you for a birthday or an anniversary or something like that?
Maybe I need to think about it more.
Okay, so it can be March or the 3rd of a month, but just kind of acknowledge that. And if you can put it in the comments, okay? But
sure.
The thing is, Hiba, I feel like you've been asking, to me, you've been in really deep grief around this loss. I feel like your father really was the center of the family. And I feel like it's been very difficult, but I also feel like your father just wants to lift you up from the grief and hold you tight and let you know there's no need to be sad for him. There's no need to feel worried for him. He makes me feel okay. All right.
Okay.
He gives me a strong sense of being very proud again of his family name. I feel like he's very, very proud of his family name. Also, what's interesting, I feel like he gives me, I don't know, I feel like he may have named you, Hiba. Do you know if he named you or your name came from someone on his side of the family?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, because he acknowledges this, and this again was something he was proud of, It's also interesting. I don't know if they thought you were going to be a boy or something like that, but he makes me feel like once he realized you were a daughter, he made me feel so excited and so proud to kind of have you there with him. So I feel like for him, it just made him glow to have his baby girl. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to know that your father is so much around you, very much. And one last thing I'll share here, Hiba, he shows me this writing. He's showing me writing, and I feel like this writing is like a message to you or something to kind of give this love message to you. So I feel like your father was known to either write letters or write cards. There's something connecting here, but I feel like there's a card that you have that would have had his writing in it. And I feel like it's something you hold close to your heart. Would that resonate for you?
Yes.
Okay, so just know, and I feel like you pick it up every so often and you look at it and you read it and just kind of brings a little tear to your eye, but just know that he is very, very much with you, okay?
Yeah.
So I will leave that with you, okay?
Thank you so much.
You are welcome, Hiba, and you have a beautiful and blessed night, honey. I'll just say to Hiba, just know, he wants to give mom a lot of love and your sister a lot of love. I feel like the 3 of you honor him continuously, and he didn't want to let you go without saying, please let mother and your sister know I'm with them as well. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, everybody, let us do another one. Oh my goodness, so much here. Let us bring in Miss Gina here. Hello, Gina. Hi, Gina.
Hi, Colby. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, thanks.
Oh my gosh, what can I do for you tonight?
I was hoping to connect with my mother.
Got it. It's kind of funny because I know I always say the loudest spirit gets through first. and the quiet one gets through last. But I don't know, your mom really wanted to mix things up tonight because I don't feel like she's quiet. I really get the sense that she is like the game changer. She is one where it's all about like getting everyone together and getting everyone excited. Does that make sense around mom?
Yes.
I do feel like she was. See, here's the thing. She was being hospitable, she says. I was being hospitable. I was being kind. But she makes me feel like I just feel like she is such a force with her. You know, there is a thing where she's going to go ahead and make sure everybody has what they need. She's making sure. I don't know. I just feel like there's a boldness with her. There's just a breath of fresh air with her when she walks into a room. I just feel like she's got this beautiful light about her. Would that make sense around your mom, Gina?
No, that sounds more like my grandmother.
Uh-oh. Okay, maybe they're both coming
We
in.
may
So
may have a hijacker.
I might. Do you mind if I so it's interesting though. Would you understand grandmom also having a big part in your childhood or a part in being, okay. So apparently grandmother may think she's mom for you. So so if you don't mind me just letting grandma speak for a bit, just because I feel like she shows me of getting everything prepared, getting everything ready for people, really making sure that you were taken care of, that you had the clothes you needed, that you had that sounding board you needed, and a safe haven, like a place where you could come to and cry and be held. You know, would you understand that, Gina?
Absolutely.
Okay, because she gives me that around her. But it's interesting, because as we allow her, she starts to separate where I do see mom a bit. And it is interesting. I feel like mom is a little bit, I don't know if it's just that mom was a little bit more about herself or a little bit more about not knowing how to fully be open. But I feel like, you know, as I go to mom, it gets a little smaller for me. So the energy gets a little smaller around mom, and a little bit more complicated, if I may say, a little bit more where I feel like emotionally she wasn't really able. I think emotionally she wasn't. I feel like emotionally, maybe sometimes she said hurtful things. I don't know, Gina. Would that make sense for you? Would you understand that? Because she gives me a sense
Absolutely.
of a lot of regret around that. And then, but I can't believe this though. The minute she even shows that, even though there's a lot of growth, your grandmother stands right in front of her. Your grandmother was the buffer. Your grandmother was the protector. And your grandmother would try to hold mom in line, you know, kind of let her know when you went too far. It's just hard that when grandma wasn't around and we were only with mom, that's where I think things got a little rougher and a little more difficult, you know? But I also, again, I'm not diagnosing, but I almost feel like mom may have had something that was a little undiagnosed at the time as well, or just some sort of like trauma where I feel like for her, it was a little hard to kind of share things or to be there or to be present the way she would now. I mean, the way I see her now is much more like feeling very free of, oh, wait a second. I see what they needed now. I see what it means to be this nurturing woman and this nurturing mother. And I would, it's almost like she'd love a second opportunity. So I just feel like the more you kind of accept her from the other side and you're allowing those messages to come through, I feel like you're going to start to feel that warmth come from her, you know? With grandmom, it's easy. I mean, to me, there's always messages from her. She literally is that hummingbird that kind of flies all around. You know, she is just sharing that over and over with you. And I just feel like she gives me the essence of coming forward to say, you know, she's always going to be there to protect you. She's always going to be there around you. Okay. I feel like with mom, there's always this love for you, Gina. So I think it's very much knowing that your mom absolutely does have this love for you. I just feel like there are some things that I feel like were unsaid. Would that resonate for you, or would you understand that around mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I feel like she makes me feel like you deserve more. or that you deserved more, excuse me. And she makes me feel like, and it's interesting because I feel like there was a point in which you had to kind of back away or detach a bit to kind of have your own boundaries. Would you understand that with mom?
We were estranged for 5 years before she passed.
And it makes me feel like, I guess she makes me feel like it's now that she understands why. She understands. It's interesting. In the beginning, she didn't. I think in the beginning, she feels a little defensive around it. She feels a little like not understanding. But now I feel like she absolutely understands what needed to happen. And, but for as much as I could share, Gina, she gives me so much love around you, and I hope you can kind of accept that as knowing that she's evolving on the other side. Okay, I feel like there's a grandbaby for her though, Gina. Would you understand a grandbaby for her as well?
My brother, who I'm also estranged with, has 2 children.
Got it. Okay, I'm just saying she wants to acknowledge them as well. I just feel like, I don't know, Gina. I mean, are you open to everything, or is it okay?
Absolutely. I'm going through a pretty rough
Okay.
time, and I had a couple of questions, and I was like, I just think that all the questions that are pending, I just really want to hear from my mom, or just whatever comes to you.
I'm going to treat this lightly, and if you do not understand it, you give me a strong no, and it's okay. All right, because I
Okay.
don't want to. For some reason, mom, I don't know why. I don't know if to me, there feels to have been some sort of abuse younger. And I feel like mom could have done things differently. And I feel like there's a lot of regret that she has around that also. Would you understand that?
I do.
Okay. And I feel like she feels it's worse that not just that she doesn't just feel bad for not defending you. I almost feel like she contributed to it in some way as well. And so I just feel like for her, she just wants to kind of say, please, if you'll give me another chance, I'm working very hard on the other side to kind of understanding and growing and evolving. Okay. So, and what was the question that you had that maybe I might be able to answer?
Oh, it was work related, but I didn't want to be greedy.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay. I just feel mostly what's interesting about mom is I just feel like for her it's so much more where she just doesn't. It's funny around work because she makes me feel like you don't have to answer to anyone. So this may be a time to start your own business, Gina. Because she gives me a sense of not answering to anyone. Okay. So she's letting me know that. But just know that she's very much, obviously she's with you, and obviously she's got a lot of love for you, but it's very much of loving to see you feeling more empowered and stepping into that. Okay. Okay, I will leave that with
Okay.
you, and you have a gorgeous, gorgeous night. All right, here we go. Let me see. We tried to get this Laura on our video, but I'm not guessing that she got the message, and that's okay. Here's one thing, Laura. I'm just going to spend a minute on this, and I'd be more than happy for you to reach back out once a little time goes by. But I would just like to have a sign. My fiance just passed away on Friday. I'll let you know what he has in store. And I feel like, this is he did just recently pass, and I really want to honor your grieving, and I really want to honor the space that you may need at the moment. But a few things that I would like to share is it's very much, I feel like this is a incredibly quick passing. I don't really feel like you were expecting it. And it was very difficult because I think you two were very, very connected, even though I feel like there were a lot of struggles or up and downs. Like I feel like you two were helping each other through a lot at the time. So if you can take any of this and you're listening, just put it in the comments here. But I feel like you two were going through a lot. I definitely feel with him a sense of if anyone could kind of pull him out, it was you. I really do. I feel like if anyone was able to kind of get him to see the bright side, get him to move forward, I feel like you very much had that impact on him. And I feel like he very much appreciated that around you. But I also feel like it's knowing that, I feel like he's coming around to absolutely protect you. I do see, Laura, I feel like you're going to see just a lot of 1111s around him. Just that sign of I'm okay and I'm here and not to worry and to know that you can do it. And I also feel like what's also interesting, I think you might have a ring of his that you're either wearing at the moment or you've been putting on. But I feel like there's a sense of that. I just want you to take the time and the space right now, okay? It's going to take a moment. There's shock, there's grief, there's denial. There's a lot of those grieving stages. Please be kind to yourself. Ask your friends and family for support. And just know that, we can always come back in when you're able to be here and join us and kind of take it a bit further. But I just really want to honor that the time and space that you're in at the moment, okay? But I did want to reach out because I can feel how painful that is for you, okay? And I love this. Thank you, Gina. Thank you so much for sharing your gift. That's really special. And I really appreciate it, Gina. And you've got this, right? Mom is right there with you. It might have been a difficult relationship at times, but I feel like she's so on your side and such a champion in your court. And it's so much about holding these boundaries and also about moving forward and really being yourself, really saying, hey, I'm not backing down, okay? So I do want to thank everybody for joining me for tonight and tuning in and being here. And again, check out colbyrebel.com. You can book your own private reading. Join me next week. We have a lot going on. But just again, thank you so much for tuning in, for being here. Be sure to follow the page. That's also going to help you. I'm also on Instagram. You can follow me there. That's a little bonuses. TikTok. All across, you got it. I even started going on Pinterest a lot more. So if you're a Pinterest person, there you go. But follow me around. I always like to try to offer the tips or tune in or do random readings. But just thank you guys so much for being here tonight. And lots of love to you. And have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to The Colby Rebel Show. Be sure to follow Colby on social media at Psychic Rebel. And if you've enjoyed this podcast, please head on over to iTunes to leave a review to help Colby grow the tribe. Colby is an international psychic medium, teacher, best-selling author, and speaker. She is a master teacher of the Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development and is the owner of the Colby Rebel Spirit Center in Los Angeles. Visit colbyrebel.com.